The space station was quiet. Too quiet for a gathering of the galaxy's most powerful and feared leaders. Inside the massive hall, alien dignitaries from dozens of worlds sat in towering chairs. Some had scales that shimmered in alien colors. Others had fur, horns, or strange glowing eyes that pierced the dim light. The air buzzed with alien languages, electronic hums, and the faint smell of chemicals from distant planets. Rumors about humans were everywhere, but most of the leaders dismissed them. Small, weak, fragile. That was what everyone said. Humans had survived only because the galaxy had mostly ignored them. Few took them seriously. And then the doors opened. A small group of humans walked in, and everything changed. They were not wearing heavy armor, not carrying large weapons, not dressed to impress. They wore simple clothes, casual t-shirts, and walked with confidence and ease. Their eyes were calm, but their expressions showed curiosity and subtle mischief. The chamber fell silent. Even the loudest alien voices seemed to pause. One of the council members, a massive creature with spiked black scales, hissed loudly. "Who dares enter unarmed? Who dares show such audacity?" Ilara, the human leader, smiled faintly and raised her head. "We are humans," she said clearly, her voice calm but firm. "We come to speak, and to be heard." A smaller alien, with glowing blue eyes and 6 thin arms, leaned forward. "Humans? You are so small. What makes you think you belong here?" Ilara's grin widened slightly. "We belong because we survive. And because we adapt. And sometimes, because we surprise." The aliens exchanged confused and skeptical glances. They were not used to being challenged by a species so unarmed, unassuming, and confident. Another council member, tentacles wriggling nervously, hissed in a language no human could understand. The translator glitched slightly before echoing in a cold tone, "You will speak, human. But speak wisely. The council does not forgive mistakes." Yarok, a tall human with calm eyes, stepped slightly forward. "We know what you expect," he said. "A species too weak to survive. A species too small to matter. But we are here to show, humans are never so simple." The chamber buzzed with tension. Some aliens leaned forward, intrigued. Others withdrew slightly, unsure what to make of this bold, fearless species. Ilara looked around, taking in the massive hall, the hovering devices projecting star maps, and the intimidating alien leaders. "We do not come to fight, at least, not yet," she said, her tone casual. "We do not seek power in the usual way. But the galaxy should not ignore us. And perhaps, it will learn why humans are feared." A council elder, covered in silver armor that shimmered like liquid metal, clicked its mandibles in disbelief. "Feared? Small, fragile creatures like you? Do not mock us, human." Ilara tilted her head slightly, keeping her calm. "We do not mock. We survive. And those who survive, eventually make others afraid." The aliens hissed and clicked, their confusion growing. Many had never seen humans act with such boldness without a weapon. Their confidence was strange, almost unnatural. Suddenly, the air shimmered as the council activated a security protocol. Energy fields and hovering drones scanned the humans, detecting nothing harmful. Yet, the alien suspicion did not lessen. Ilara stepped forward. "We do not carry weapons. We do not carry armies. What we carry is our intelligence, our courage, and our ability to adapt. That is enough to survive anywhere, even here." The chamber quieted again. The leader of the council, massive and armored in glowing molten metal, slammed its staff on the floor. "You speak boldly, human. But bold words do not impress us. The galaxy is full of creatures who die believing in their own courage." Ilara smiled. "Perhaps. But humans are different. We do not die so easily. We think. We plan. We adapt. And we are unpredictable." A low murmur ran through the hall. The aliens were both annoyed and intrigued. No one had ever faced a species so unafraid, so clever, and so calm in the face of overwhelming intimidation. Yarok glanced at Ilara. "We've walked into the lion's den," he whispered quietly. "And yet, we are not afraid." Ilara nodded slightly. "Fear is not the tool we use. Strategy is. Intelligence is. Adaptability is. And that makes us dangerous." The council leader banged the staff again, making the floor tremble. Very well, humans. You will speak. But know this, every move will be watched. One mistake, and you will regret it for the rest of your lives. Ilara's grin widened. Humans had been underestimated, dismissed, and mocked. That was their advantage. We understand, she said calmly. But perhaps, the galaxy will finally learn that humans are never so simple as they seem. The chamber fell silent. Every alien leader watched, trying to guess the humans' next move. But humans were unpredictable, clever, and bold. And in that moment, every being in the chamber realized something new. Small, unarmed humans had entered, unafraid, and might just change the galaxy forever. The council chamber was still buzzing with tension after the humans' unexpected arrival. Ilara and her team stood calmly, observing the alien leaders. Some glared, others whispered, and a few tentacles twitched nervously. It was clear, humans had shaken the council's confidence. But the council was not done testing them. The leader, molten armor glowing faintly, slammed its staff on the floor. Humans, you have entered boldly, spoken boldly. But boldness alone does not prove your worth. You will face the council's first challenge. Succeed, and we may consider your claims. Fail, and you will regret it. Ilara's lips curved into a faint smile. We accept, she said, her voice calm but firm. Immediately, the holographic floor shimmered and shifted. A new environment appeared around the humans, a simulation of a harsh, dangerous alien planet. Jagged mountains, swirling toxic clouds, and strange, predatory creatures populated the landscape. The challenge was clear. Humans must navigate the planet, reach the signal tower at its center, and retrieve the core beacon. The council murmured among themselves. None expected humans to survive a challenge designed to crush the strongest species. Ilara glanced at her team. Stick together. Observe, plan, and act. Brute force won't help here. Yarok nodded. We move smart, not fast. Let's show them what humans do best. The humans started cautiously, stepping over jagged rocks and dodging strange creatures that lurked in the toxic clouds. Each creature was unpredictable, some striking with speed, others with venomous attacks. Suddenly, a massive predator lunged from the shadows. Myra, the youngest of the team, froze for a moment, but then noticed a pattern in its movement. It attacks in bursts, then pauses. We can move while it recovers, she whispered. Ilara nodded. Good. Timing is everything. Step by step, they moved through the dangerous terrain, dodging attacks and using their wits to avoid traps hidden by the alien environment. Every step tested their observation, quick thinking, and teamwork. The council watched in silence. Some leaned forward in disbelief. Small humans, navigating challenges meant for the strongest species in the galaxy, and doing it with strategy, not force. The humans reached a chasm filled with glowing energy currents. It seemed impossible to cross. The aliens hissed and whispered among themselves. Many expected the humans to fail here. Ilara studied the currents. We can use the reflections, she said. The energy pulses in a rhythm. Step carefully and follow the pattern. Yarok and Myra mirrored her movements. Carefully, slowly, they crossed the chasm. One wrong step, and the energy would have fried them instantly. But humans adapted, learned, and moved as one. Finally, they reached the center of the alien planet, the towering core beacon, glowing brightly and pulsating with energy. It was protected by a force field that shimmered unpredictably. No brute force would break it. Ilara observed the field carefully. It's a pattern, she said. We don't smash it. We use timing, observation, and patience. The team coordinated their actions, moving in precise rhythm with the field. Pulse by pulse, they bypassed the defenses. When Ilara finally reached out, the core beacon lifted safely into her hands. The chamber back in the council hall remained silent. The alien leaders stared in disbelief. No human had ever survived the first challenge. And yet here they were, successful, calm, and confident. The leader slammed its staff on the floor. Impossible. No species should survive that. How did you do it? Ilara smiled faintly. We survive because we think, not because we are the strongest. Humans survive by adapting, observing, and acting together. That is our strength. The council members hissed, clicked, and whispered among themselves. Their expectations had been shattered. Small humans, with no armor or weapons, had survived a challenge meant to destroy them. One elder, tentacles curling nervously, muttered to another, "Perhaps we misjudged them. Their cleverness is frightening." Ilara looked around the chamber calmly. Humans had proven something important. They were unpredictable, clever, and capable of surviving where others failed. Yet the challenge was only the beginning. The Council still had other tests, and the galaxy's greatest dangers lay ahead. For now, humans had won the first battle, and in doing so, they had earned the Council's attention and cautious respect. The Council chamber was buzzing with confusion and disbelief. Humans had survived the first challenge, a planet filled with deadly creatures, energy traps, and impossible terrain. Yet now, Ilara and her team stood calmly before the alien leaders, almost as if nothing had happened. The Council leader, molten armor glowing faintly, slammed its staff. "Humans, you survived the first challenge. But do not think the tests are over. We have prepared for every possibility, every species, every skill. Can you survive the next challenge, when the rules change?" Ilara tilted her head, calm and confident. "We did not survive the first challenge by luck. We survive because we adapt. And we are humans. Adaptability is our edge." Yarrick stepped forward. "You've tested us physically. But humans think differently. We are clever, creative, and sometimes unpredictable. That is our strength." The Council hissed. Some leaned forward, others whispered in fear. No alien had ever seen humans act this boldly. The floor beneath the humans shimmered, and the chamber transformed once again. A holographic environment appeared, a dense asteroid field filled with energy storms, alien warships, and traps that shifted unpredictably. This was the next test, the Council's hidden edge, a challenge designed to destroy species before they even had a chance to survive. The aliens watched intently. "No species can navigate this," muttered one, its claws clicking nervously. "No one can predict the dangers in time." Ilara observed the field carefully. "It's chaotic, yes. But chaos has patterns. Watch, learn, and act." The humans moved carefully, observing the energy pulses of the storms. The alien warships fired without warning, yet the humans noticed subtle gaps in their timing. Every step was deliberate, every movement coordinated. Myra, the youngest human, whispered, "They think unpredictability will stop us, but it won't. Humans adapt faster than their patterns change." Ilara nodded. "Exactly. Humans survive by noticing what others overlook. Follow the patterns, and even the impossible becomes possible." Step by step, they advanced through the deadly asteroid field. One massive alien vessel attempted to block their path. The humans had no weapons strong enough to destroy it, but Ilara noticed its energy pulses. "We don't fight it directly," she said. "We trick it. We use its own shields against it." Using clever tactics, the humans maneuvered the holographic ships, dodging blasts, creating decoys, and moving in ways no alien expected. The alien leaders whispered among themselves, some clicking nervously. Humans were outthinking machines designed to destroy them. Finally, they reached the center of the holographic asteroid field, a glowing, pulsating core beacon, protected by a massive energy shield. The Council had assumed no species could bypass it. Ilara studied the shield. "It's a rhythm. Observe the pulse, act at the right moment, and it can be bypassed without destruction." The humans coordinated their movements perfectly. Myra manipulated a holographic drone to create a decoy. Yarrick mirrored Ilara's precise steps, and together they bypassed the shield. When Ilara finally reached out and touched the core beacon, it floated into her hands, harmless and secure. The chamber fell silent. Alien leaders stared, some mouths agape, others leaning forward in disbelief. No one had ever survived the hidden edge. The Council leader banged its staff repeatedly. "Impossible. They survived again? How?" Ilara smiled faintly. "We survived because humans think differently. We survive because we observe, adapt, and act boldly when others hesitate. We do not rely on strength. We rely on strategy. And that makes us dangerous." The Council muttered among themselves. Some were fearful, others impressed, and a few whispered about human potential in hushed, worried tones. One elder with tentacles curling nervously muttered, "This species, it cannot be measured by normal means. They are clever beyond imagination. Ilara looked at the council calmly. Humans had revealed a truth the galaxy had not understood. Intelligence, adaptability, and courage could surpass even the greatest powers of the galaxy. Yarok glanced at Ilara. They are beginning to respect us, and maybe even fear us. Ilara nodded. Exactly. And this is just the beginning. Humans always have one more trick, one more idea. Because we never give up, and we never stop thinking. The council leader's staff hit the floor again. Humans, perhaps we have misjudged you. But the next test will be different. Are you ready? Ilara's calm smile remained. We are humans. We always adapt. The next test is just another challenge to overcome. The chamber fell into a tense silence, filled with anticipation. For the first time, the alien council realized humans were unpredictable, clever, and more dangerous than anyone had ever imagined. The council chamber was tense. Humans had survived two impossible challenges. First, the deadly alien planet, and then the hidden edge asteroid field. The council had expected them to fail, yet here they stood, calm, confident, and unbroken. The leader, molten armor glowing, slammed its staff again. Humans, you survive beyond reason. But survival alone does not impress the council. We will see if you can handle the turning tide, a test of cunning and strategy against forces you cannot predict. Ilara's calm smile did not waver. We are ready, she said. Survival is not luck, it is preparation, observation, and adaptation. The holographic floor shimmered, revealing a new scenario. A massive, chaotic battlefield in space. Alien warships, massive asteroids, and shifting energy fields filled the area. Humans were outnumbered, outgunned, and surrounded. The council murmured among themselves. Many believed the humans would finally fail here. Ilara glanced at her team. This is not about fighting harder. It's about thinking smarter. Observe, adapt, and move as one. Yarok nodded. We've faced worse odds before. The key is coordination and patience. The human small ships navigated through asteroid belts, dodging energy blasts and unexpected attacks. Alien fleets tried to flank them, predicting their movements. But humans anticipated patterns that no one else saw. Myra studied the energy fields. They pulse in intervals. We can use the gaps to slip through safely. Ilara smiled. Exactly. Humans survive by noticing details others miss. Step by step, they moved deeper into the battlefield. Every move was precise, every decision deliberate. The council's eyes widened as they watched humans outmaneuver attacks that would have destroyed any other species. Then came the warship's final trap, a massive alien dreadnought blocking the path to the objective. Its shields were nearly impenetrable, and its firepower unmatched. Most species would have retreated, or been destroyed. Ilara studied it carefully. We don't attack it directly. We use its own energy against it. She gave precise instructions to her team. Decoy drones drew the dreadnought's fire, while the humans' main ships used the shifting energy fields to slip past the shields. Timing, patience, and clever strategy became their weapons. The council whispered, some in awe, some in fear. No species had ever used intellect, timing, and audacity to defeat a challenge designed to kill them. Finally, the humans reached the glowing objective, the quantum core. It pulsated with dangerous energy, yet humans approached without hesitation. Ilara carefully bypassed the security field, using the patterns she had observed. With a gentle touch, she retrieved the core safely. The council chamber fell silent. No one spoke. Some aliens could not believe what they had just witnessed. Humans had survived a test the council had designed to break any species. The leader banged its staff. Impossible. How? How do you survive where all others fail? Ilara smiled calmly. Humans survive because we think differently. We adapt. We are not strongest in body, but we are strongest in mind, courage, and unity. That is why the galaxy fears us. A low hiss ran through the chamber. The council members whispered to each other, realizing for the first time that humans were unpredictable, clever, and a force no one could fully control. One elder, scales shimmering nervously, muttered, "Perhaps humans are more than we believed. They are dangerous in ways we cannot predict." Ilara glanced at her team. Each member was calm but alert, ready for whatever came next. The humans had proven a simple truth. Boldness, intelligence, and unity could overcome impossible odds. The council leader's staff slammed again. Humans, you have survived the turning tide. But this is only the beginning. Can you survive the final trials and reveal your true potential? Ilara's smirk returned. We've survived the impossible already. The next trials will show the galaxy exactly why humans are feared and respected. The chamber fell into tense silence. Every alien present realized something crucial. Humans were no longer small, fragile creatures. They were clever, bold, and a species capable of changing the rules of the galaxy. And in that moment, a new tension arose. The council now feared and respected humans equally, knowing that whatever came next, humans would not be defeated easily. The council chamber was filled with whispers and low hisses. Humans had survived impossible challenges: the deadly alien planet, the Hidden Edge asteroid field, and the turning tide battle in space. The alien leaders had expected them to fail, yet here they were, alive, confident, and unbroken. The council leader, molten armor glowing faintly, slammed its staff on the floor. Humans, you defy every expectation. You have survived tests meant to destroy even the strongest species. But do not think we will ignore your audacity. Tell us, why should we trust you? Why should the galaxy not destroy you for daring to challenge us? Ilara's calm smile did not falter. We are not here to fight without reason. We are here to prove that humans are capable, clever, and adaptable. And yes, unpredictable. That is why the galaxy should not ignore us. The aliens hissed and clicked their mandibles. Some leaned forward, curious. Others trembled slightly, their fear growing. Humans had shattered every expectation the council held. One elder, covered in silver armor that shimmered like liquid metal, spoke slowly. You are small, fragile, yet you survive every test. Your cleverness, it is frightening. What do you plan next? Yarok stepped forward. We do not seek war, but we will act boldly if necessary. Humans survive by thinking, adapting, and uniting. That is our strength. The galaxy should respect it, or regret underestimating it. The council muttered among themselves. Some argued for cautious alliance, recognizing human intelligence. Others argued for elimination, fearing the unpredictability of a species that could outthink and outmaneuver even their greatest traps. Ilara remained calm. We do not come seeking dominance. We seek understanding, and perhaps partnership. But those who attack humans out of fear, they will find we are more than they imagine. A council member, scales gleaming under the chamber lights, hissed, You flaunt your audacity. You mock the galaxy. Many would cower, yet you face us calmly. Why should we not destroy you now? Ilara's gaze did not waver. Because humans survive when others hesitate. And sometimes, we survive to show the galaxy a truth many refuse to see. Intelligence, courage, and unity are stronger than any weapon. The chamber was quiet. Even the loudest whispers faded as the council considered her words. Humans had changed something fundamental, the perception of strength itself. Then a low rumble passed through the chamber as a holographic display activated. It showed the galaxy, star systems, alien fleets, and uncharted worlds. Paths highlighted humanity's potential influence, their clever strategies, and their ability to survive and adapt. The council members stared. Humans were small, yes, but the possibilities they represented were immense. Some whispered fearfully, perhaps they are not just clever, perhaps they are unstoppable. The leader slammed its staff again. Humans, you are audacious, clever, and impossible to ignore. The council must consider your place in the galaxy carefully. We will not destroy you, yet. But know this, every move you make will be watched. Ilara nodded calmly. We expected nothing less. Humans grow stronger when observed, when challenged, and when underestimated. That is our advantage. A few council members leaned forward, intrigued. Others retracted, wary of what humans could do next. All had to admit, humans were no longer fragile observers. They were clever, adaptable, and capable of influencing the galaxy. Yarok whispered to Ilara, We've earned their respect, and perhaps their fear. Ilara smiled slightly. Exactly. That is enough for now. Let the council realize that humans are unpredictable, bold, and far stronger than they imagined. The chamber slowly returned to order. The council would continue to debate, strategize, and watch humanity closely. Some would lie, others would plot, but none would ignore the truth. Humans were a force the galaxy could not underestimate. As the humans left the chamber, whispers followed them. They are clever, bold, dangerous. Ilara glanced back, satisfied. Humans had survived every test, outsmarted the Council, and proven their worth and cunning. And the galaxy was beginning to realize a simple but terrifying truth. Underestimating humans was a mistake no one would ever repeat. The galaxy held its breath. Humans had survived impossible trials and proved their cleverness beyond doubt. Yet the Deathworld Council still watched with caution. Their eyes, glowing and wary, followed every movement of Ilara and her team. The Council leader, molten armor gleaming, slammed its staff for emphasis. Humans, you have survived our challenges. You have shown cunning, adaptability, and courage. But the galaxy will not wait. Will you rise to shape your destiny, or falter under its weight? Ilara's calm smile returned. We rise. Humans survive when others doubt us. And when faced with impossible odds, we do not yield. We adapt, we think, and we act. The holographic chamber shifted once again, revealing a galaxy-wide crisis. Multiple star systems were under threat from an unknown enemy. Massive fleets, unexplained anomalies, and destructive forces moving faster than any species had predicted. Entire planets could be wiped out in hours. The Council whispered nervously. Many doubted humans could influence events on such a scale. Yarrick stepped forward. This is more than a test. It's an opportunity. We can help stabilize these systems, protect lives, and show that humans are more than survivors. We are problem solvers. Ilara nodded. Exactly. We act, not for glory, but for survival, and to prove that humans deserve their place among the stars. The Council's eyes widened as humans began to deploy strategies. They did not attack blindly. They did not rely on weapons alone. They used intelligence, coordination, and foresight to stabilize collapsing systems, divert hostile fleets, and neutralize anomalies with minimal risk. One alien member whispered, "How can they think so fast, adapt so well, and succeed where entire fleets fail?" Myra adjusted a control console, redirecting energy to failing planets. They don't just survive, she said quietly. They solve problems others cannot even understand. The humans' actions were bold, precise, and unexpected. They coordinated with alien allies, turned potential enemies into cautious partners, and used unconventional tactics that left the Council in awe. Ilara stood at the center of the operation. Every system we save, every fleet we redirect, proves a point. Humans are clever, adaptable, and unstoppable when underestimated. The Council muttered among themselves. Fear and respect intertwined. Small, unarmed humans had stabilized crises that even the most advanced species could not handle. The leader slammed its staff once more. Incredible, humans. You are more than we believed. You do not conquer by force alone. Your intelligence, adaptability, and audacity are your weapons. Ilara glanced at her team. We've survived every test, every challenge, and every expectation. Now, we shape our future. The galaxy may fear us, but it must respect us. A ripple of whispers ran through the Council. Some nodded slowly, acknowledging humans' unprecedented abilities. Others hissed in unease, realizing that underestimating humans could be catastrophic. Yarrick smiled. The galaxy is learning. Every system we stabilize, every problem we solve, proves that humans are clever, brave, and capable of more than anyone imagined. The Council fell into a tense silence. They had underestimated humans at every step, and now they faced a new reality. Humans were not just survivors, they were influencers, problem solvers, and a species that could not be ignored. Ilara looked toward the stars, thinking of future challenges, potential threats, and unknown mysteries. We have survived the tests, earned respect, and shown courage. But this is only the beginning. The galaxy is ours to navigate, and humans will rise to every challenge. The Council leader's staff struck the floor once more. Very well, humans. You have proven your cleverness, courage, and audacity. The galaxy will watch you closely. Step forward, and it will see the true power of your species. Ilara smiled faintly. We will rise, adapt, and lead, not by force alone, but with intelligence, unity, and boldness. That is the human way. The chamber slowly emptied, whispers of awe and fear following the humans. Across the galaxy, word of their audacity spread. Humans had survived tests no one expected them to pass. They had outsmarted the Council, stabilized systems, and earned a place of influence. Yarok looked at Ilara. Do you think they truly understand what humans can do? Ilara shook her head with a quiet smile. Not yet. And that's our advantage. Humans thrive when underestimated, and the galaxy has only begun to see what we are capable of. The stars beyond the council chamber shone brighter that day. They reflected a simple truth. Humans were clever, bold, and unstoppable when underestimated. The galaxy had learned its first lesson, and the humans were ready for the next. The galaxy had changed forever. Humans had entered the Deathworld Council boldly, wearing casual t-shirts and confident grins. They had survived impossible tests, outsmarted the galaxy's most fearsome leaders, and proved that intelligence, courage, and unity could surpass even the greatest power. Now, as Ilara and her team walked through the council chamber for the last time, they could feel the eyes of every alien upon them. Some looked fearful, others respectful, and a few simply stared in disbelief. Humans had rewritten the rules. The council leader, molten armor glowing faintly, spoke slowly. Humans, you have survived every challenge, every test, every expectation. Your cleverness, audacity, and adaptability are unmatched. The galaxy has learned something important today. Underestimating humans is a grave mistake. Ilara nodded calmly. We do not seek domination. We do not seek power for the sake of power. Humans seek to survive, to learn, and to influence in ways that protect and inspire. That is our legacy. Outside the council chamber, holographic displays showed the galaxy in flux. Star systems once threatened now stabilized, fleets redirected, alliances formed, and potential disasters averted, all because of humans. The small species, once dismissed, now had a footprint that could not be ignored. Yarok glanced at the maps. We've changed the game. Entire civilizations now know that humans are clever, bold, and capable of things no one expected. Myra smiled quietly. They'll fear us and respect us. Both are important. The council whispered among themselves. Many admitted it. Humans had earned a place among the galaxy's most powerful species. But more than that, they had earned fear and respect in equal measure. Ilara looked up at the stars. She thought of future challenges, unexplored systems, unknown civilizations, cosmic anomalies, and potential threats beyond imagination. Yet she was confident. Humans had adaptability, courage, and ingenuity on their side, the very traits that had carried them through every test. Across the galaxy, news of humans' audacity spread. Some civilizations sought alliances, curious to understand this bold, unpredictable species. Others steered clear, wary of provoking humans whose cleverness could outmatch entire fleets. The humans' legacy was clear. They had survived when others expected failure, outsmarted leaders who thought themselves invincible, and influenced events on a galactic scale. They had proven that strength is not just about weapons or numbers, but intelligence, courage, and unity. Ilara turned to her team. This is only the beginning. Humans will face more challenges, more threats, more mysteries. But one thing is certain, the galaxy will never forget us. The council leader nodded slowly. Indeed, humans are a species unlike any we have encountered. Clever, bold, and fearless. Their presence will shape the galaxy for centuries. And as the humans left the council chamber, the stars beyond seemed to shine brighter. They reflected a simple but powerful truth. Humans had entered the galaxy underestimated and emerged unstoppable. Back on Earth, children gazed at the night sky differently. No longer did they dream only of adventure. They imagined responsibility, strategy, and discovery. Humanity's legacy was no longer just survival. It was inspiration, courage, and leadership. Across star systems, species whispered about humans. Some feared them. Some admired them. But all understood one undeniable fact. Humans were clever, bold, and a species to be reckoned with. Ilara looked at Yarok and Myra, her team. We've shown the galaxy who we are. But we must continue to prove it every day. Humans survive, adapt, and thrive, because that is what we are meant to do. The stars glimmered in silent approval. The galaxy would face many challenges, threats, and unknown dangers. Yet humanity was ready. Humans would rise to every test, confront every danger, and leave a mark no one could erase. And in that moment, The galaxy realized something profound. Underestimating humans had always been the greatest mistake in history, and it would never happen again. The humans had entered with simple confidence and curiosity. They had survived the impossible, outsmarted the greatest powers, and earned a legacy of fear, respect, and admiration. The galaxy would remember them forever.